Rode Wireless Pro versus DJI Mic 2. Which system is better with a lav mic? In my in-depth review between these two, I did a lot of side-by-side comparisons and specifically talked about some of the reasons I really liked the Rode Wireless Pro and some of the reasons I really liked the DJI Mic 2. But I wanted to do this video to simply show you what type of sound quality difference should you expect from the units when you are using just a lav mic connected to them and not worrying about the microphones internally. While I do think that the Rode Wireless Pro is a better option in terms of sound quality from the built-in mic itself, if you're talking about a lav mic, what's actually most important is the microphone, the lav you're plugging into it, more than it is the receiver. But can you hear a noticeable difference between the Rode Wireless Pro and the DJI Mic 2? So right now I have two of the identical Countryman B3 lav mics plugged into these units, and I am recording in 32-bit float straight to the recorders themselves. And I'll switch back and forth so you can hear the audio between them. Both mics are identical. They are both using the Sennheiser connection here, which conveniently locks right onto the Rode Wireless Pro, so there's no sort of potential of actually disconnecting from the receiver, which I really liked and talked about that I think that is one of my favorite features of this if you are someone that uses a lot of lav mics. And right here it connects to the DJI Mic 2 by simply plugging in. No sort of spinning locking connector, but it does have its own little cable kind of connector inside to prevent it from easily slipping out, but I still would trust this instead. Does it sound any different at all to you coming from the Rode Wireless Pro or the DJI Mic 2? These are the lav mics that I prefer to use. I've had really good results for them. I've been using them for many years. I have about 4 of them, and anytime I need to use a lav, I prefer using these. One really nice feature about the Rode Wireless Pro is that it does include 2 lav mics with it at its price point, which is a nice option if you are not someone that already has a lav, and I will let you hear the difference in sound quality between those right now. Now you are hearing the audio from the Rode Lav. 2 of these lav mics are actually included with every Rode Wireless Pro package, so you get 2 transmitters, a receiver, and 2 lav mics for that price point, which I think is a really nice option. If you are new to video production or you don't actually have any lav mics yet, it's nice that it comes with it. Now you can buy lav mics for the DJI Mic 2, and I do not own them personally, nor am I planning on buying them since I have a lot of lav mics, so unfortunately I can't compare the DJI Mic 2 lavs with the Rode Wireless Pro lavs, but I think that's a fair assessment because they also don't include that. Now if they included those mics with it, I would absolutely do a review of them combined as well, but this video is not sponsored by any one of these, so these are my units and I didn't get sent anything. So both lav mics are connected right to me here in the same position, and I'm recording internally to both these units, and you can hear the sound quality difference of what you think these mics sound like. Now you might be saying to yourself, why do I even care about a lav mic, and can't I just clip on the DJI mic and the Rode Wireless Pro directly to my talent and use that in a lav mic form? The answer is yes. As you can see, they clearly work this way, but I don't necessarily love this look personally, and I still think that a lav mic sounds better than these actual mics do. But there's also what I think is a bigger perk to using a lav mic, and it is the fact that you can also hide a lav mic and still get a really good result. You can't really hide these very much other than what you see here. You can do the magnet underneath the shirt and kind of hide it underneath the shirt the best way you can, but realistically I think this just sticks out too much. I don't really like the big branding that you see from Rode and DJI both. It just kind of feels like a big advertisement for them, and I'm not a big fan, if you're talking about professional video production, seeing these. It's a popular trend that I've seen a lot, but I'm not a huge fan. But just to give you a point of reference of the difference in sound quality between these and the lav mics, this is them directly. We got the Rode Wireless Pro here just sounding nice. I do think this mic sounds absolutely better on its own. And we have the DJI Mic 2, which personally I think sounds a little bit thinner, but still does work. And the answer is yes, you can use just these microphones by themselves in this type of setup and get nice sounding audio. But I personally prefer a lav. Now ultimately I don't prefer a lav or anything like this. I actually prefer a shotgun mic style, but lavs are very popular and very acceptable, so it's okay if you want to use that as well. But here's a little pro tip for you if you are someone who likes to use a lav mic but doesn't like to see a lav mic. This is a great way to hide the lav and still get great results. Simply take off the clip that most microphones have, most lav mics. Just take it off, and when you put the lav up through someone's shirt, get it to about the normal position, that you would put a lav, which would be about here. Take a little piece of tape. Any tape will do. Gaff tape is preferred because it won't leave any sticky residue on your microphone, but it doesn't matter what tape you have. Simply put the tape over the side of the microphone, just like this, so you can see the tip of the microphone is just outside of the tape, and simply put that piece of tape directly on the shirt, right to the very end so you can't see it. Notice here that the front of the lav mic is not covered. Do not cover that with tape, or do not cover that with the shirt itself. It's clearly visible, nothing is blocking it, but this is holding it on the shirt. And now you have a lav mic that is not visible. It looks clean. It sounds just as good as the lav mic in the other direction. A lav mic can pick up from more than one direction, so it doesn't have to be pointing up like a normal lav mic for it to still get great sound quality. And this also works really well even in an outdoor environment, because if it's not super windy, but there's a little bit of wind, this also hides the wind. And I don't know about you, but I just think that this looks a lot cleaner than putting a lav mic on the outside of the shirt. And this is a super simple hack that sounds great and works great every time. You also can do this exact same type of thing in a collar here that's kind of pointing down, and tape it to the top of the collar. You also could do that actually through a tie. If you are laving a female talent, this is a little bit more difficult because they don't always have button-down shirts like this, so the technique might have to be a little different, or you might have to do something else entirely. But I found this to be a really great little hack, and you don't even have to have anything other than a simple piece of tape, and this gets good results. So hopefully this video was helpful. Maybe you just learned something you've never learned before, and if that's the case, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe. A lot more videos coming. See ya.